I have to do a hot take here. And my hot take is definitely unconventional, which is what makes it a hot take. So here's my hot take. Security is not everybody's responsibility. When you say that, I just cringe. And why do I cringe? Because security is not everyone's responsibility. So as I said earlier in the show, I worked as a system admin and I've troubleshooted and I fixed thousands and thousands of issues, thousands of problems. I've interacted with hundreds, maybe even thousands of different people. And one common theme persisted between all of them. They did not care about technology. One of the things that made me really good at my job was because they appreciated me because I was good using technology, and they didn't know how to use technology because they didn't care, because they had a different job to do. And I think that correlates into cybersecurity as well. So a person who is an accountant, they don't care about cybersecurity. They care about accounting. An HR person doesn't care about cybersecurity. They care about people. The custodian doesn't care about cybersecurity. The custodian cares about being a good custodian. And unless you put cybersecurity in a job description, people don't care. Because at the end of the day, if the company gets hacked, they don't care. All they care about is their paycheck. They don't care if the company has to pay millions of dollars. It doesn't affect them. I mean, it does because the company is going to be impacted by that. But at the end of the day, most people don't care about their company's bottom dollar. They go to work and they get their paycheck and then they go home. That is like the majority of people out there. And as someone who used to work dead-end jobs, when there's major problems looming within the company, you just don't care because all you care about is that paycheck. We can't rely on our end users to be vigilant. We can't rely on our end users to do the right thing because all they care about is doing their job, and they will take every shortcut that they can to accomplish that job. And back to my system administrator days, we circumvented tons of security controls to get the job done because my job as a system administrator was to make things work, to make things functional, to fix problems. My job wasn't to make the network secure. Now, technically it was, but at the end of the day, what my users cared about was the network working, was their computer working, was their phone working. And if I had to break a cybersecurity policy to make it work, you bet your bottom dollar, I would do it. I would do it every single time. Me and my coworker, which is my supervisor at the time, he's a really good friend now, he coined the term gray hat sysadmin. And what that means is he broke rules. He broke cybersecurity rules to make things work, to make the end users happy. Because when the end users weren't happy, they complained to my leadership. And when they complained to my leadership, I got in trouble. So IT workers don't even care about cybersecurity. IT workers care about things working. The only people, and I really mean this, the only people who care about security are security professionals. And we have to stop this nonsense of shoving security down our throat. They pay us to secure the network and they expect us to secure the network. We have to design the network policies and procedures in a way that to where if the end user does something that jeopardizes it, it doesn't spread across the network. And that's really where we should be focusing our attention at. Don't set the end user up for failure because they're going to click on links. They're going to accidentally give the wrong information over the phone. They're going to let people tailgate in the building. They're going to let all this happen because that's human nature. There's entire books written on this. So my argument going forward is don't expect end users to do the right thing. Build the network, secure the network, expect your end users to mess up. And your goal is to limit those incidents as much as you can. Think of your end user as a child. Now, this is probably a really bad analogy, but just picture the end user as a child, and your goal is to, make the environment for the child safe. You would never throw your child in a dangerous situation. You would always put them in a situation to where if they fall down, they're not going to die, right? Like a sandbox, for example. Like you could put a kid in a sandbox and they might fall down, they might scrape a knee or something, but they're not going to get seriously hurt. And that's kind of how we should approach cybersecurity, in my opinion. And that's my thoughts on the matter, and that's my hot take. It's something I've been wanting to say for a long time on the air, and I'm glad to get off my chest.